If you ever drive through Mason Creek, Ohio, locals will warn you about one thing. Don't stop if you see the fog. On one summer night in 1996, the entire town froze in place, dozens of residents standing silently in the streets with their eyes wide open. And they only moved when the haze pulsed, like it had its own heartbeat. Some call it an urban legend, others a cover-up, but anyone who witnessed it remembers the same name, the Sleepwalkers. It all began at exactly 4:17 a.m., September 18. Residents near the Mason Creek water plant reported a strange haze drifting in from the tree line. Not smoke, not fog, something thicker, moving in slow, heavy waves that made the streetlights flicker. One local described it as fog with a heartbeat, pulsing outward every few seconds. A chill ran through the air, despite the summer warmth, and the smell was faintly metallic, almost electrical. By 4:30 a.m., the first emergency calls arrived. People were standing in the middle of roads, on porches, in parking lots, eyes wide, faces blank, frozen mid-motion. Medics checked vitals. Everything appeared normal, heart rates, breathing, pupils, but the residents did not respond to touch, voice, or even bright lights. They weren't unconscious, but their minds seemed absent, trapped somewhere far away. At 5:02 a.m., the haze pulsed for the first time, and all the sleepwalkers moved together, exactly in sync. One slow step forward, a tilt of the head, a shift of a hand. Deputies who approached tried speaking to them. Nothing. Flashlights in their eyes. Nothing. One officer later described it as a town of mannequins obeying some invisible command. By 6:20 a.m., 63 people were affected. Every pulse of the haze triggered movement. The pattern was precise, unbroken, nothing random. Around 7 a.m., a team in unmarked white vans arrived. Not police, not fire. They carried strange devices that emitted faint clicks and glowing readouts, scanning the air and the people. Witnesses overheard phrases like "pattern confirmed" and "response identical to case file echo 2." The team didn't interfere. They only observed, documenting every detail. At 7:26 a.m., the fog pulsed harder. Every sleepwalker turned toward the old service tunnels of the abandoned water plant. Silent, deliberate. Then slowly they began walking. Not fast, not aggressive. Steady, synchronized, unstoppable. Deputies tried to block their path, but the sleepwalkers stepped around every obstacle, moving as if guided by the haze itself. By 7:40 a.m., all 63 disappeared into the tunnels. The unmarked team sealed the entrance. No one emerged. Families reported strange after effects in the following weeks. Some claimed their missing relatives appeared in dreams, standing silently in doorways or whispering unintelligible words. A few heard 3 knocks on their front doors at the exact minute their loved ones vanished. The official reports dismissed everything as mass dissociation caused by atmospheric exposure, but locals knew better. The fog never fully disappeared. Every few years, just before dawn, residents claimed to see patches drifting near the old water plant. Sometimes they hear slow, dragging footsteps from inside the sealed tunnels, always in perfect rhythm, as if the sleepwalkers are still moving, waiting for the next pulse. Experts examining the case decades later found faint traces of unknown airborne compounds, substances that seemed to respond to low-frequency vibrations, almost as if the haze itself could communicate with the brain. What triggered the sleepwalkers? Was it an environmental anomaly, a failed experiment, or something completely unknown? No answer has ever been confirmed, and now, nearly 30 years later, reports from other states have emerged. Northern Michigan, October 2023, residents standing outside, eyes open, not responding, fog present. Low-frequency hum picked up on radios. The waveform matches Mason Creek almost exactly. The phenomenon is not isolated. It may have been moving quietly across the Midwest all along, waiting, pulsing, calling. If the haze called them once, who's to say it won't call again? And here's the question for you. If you saw your neighbors standing motionless, moving only when the fog pulsed, what would you do?